The future of global trade, a tale of two routes. The Panama Canal faces a formidable challenge: water, or rather, the lack of it. This marvel of engineering depends on vast amounts of fresh water to operate its intricate system of locks, raising and lowering ships through massive chambers. But climate change has intensified the strain on Panama's water resources, bringing more frequent droughts and unpredictable rainfall. This has raised serious concerns about the canal's long-term viability. The stakes could not be higher. The Panama Canal serves as a crucial artery for global trade, facilitating the movement of immense amounts of cargo each year. Any disruption in its operations would send shockwaves through the world economy. Aware of these challenges, canal authorities have introduced water-saving measures and are exploring innovative solutions. Yet, this situation serves as a stark reminder that even the most extraordinary feats of engineering remain vulnerable to nature's forces. A new challenger emerges. While the Panama Canal grapples with environmental challenges, another ambitious project is taking shape across the Gulf of Mexico, the Tehuantepec Corridor in southern Mexico. Unlike the canal, this trade route will not rely on locks and water reserves. Instead, it will connect the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans through a network of modernized ports and high-speed freight railways. The idea of linking Mexico's narrowest point to create an alternative trade route is not new. It dates back centuries. But only in recent years, with political backing and substantial investment, has the project begun to take real shape. At its heart lie two key ports: Salina Cruz on the Pacific coast and Coatzacoalcos on the Atlantic. Both are undergoing major upgrades to handle larger vessels and increase cargo flow. A state-of-the-art railway will link them, promising faster and more cost-effective transportation for certain types of goods, particularly those bound for North America. For Mexico, this corridor represents more than just a trade route. It is a catalyst for economic development, especially in the country's underdeveloped southern regions. The project promises to create jobs, attract investment, and boost economic activity. Two paths, two visions. The Panama Canal and the Tehuantepec Corridor. Two bold endeavors, each offering a vital connection between the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Yet, they embody different philosophies of trade and transport. The Panama Canal, with its century-long legacy, remains a symbol of maritime engineering, accommodating massive cargo ships through an elaborate system of locks and channels. However, its dependence on freshwater and growing limitations are becoming more apparent. The Tehuantepec Corridor, on the other hand, presents a modern alternative. By leveraging rail networks, it promises quicker and potentially more cost-effective transit, especially for goods that need to reach North America swiftly. Yet, unlike the canal, the corridor will be limited by the capacity of its railway system. While ships can transport enormous quantities of bulk goods, trains have constraints in volume and cargo type. Ultimately, the choice between these two trade routes will depend on factors such as cargo type, destination, and cost considerations. The competition between them is likely to reshape global trade patterns in the years to come. Winners and losers. The shifting landscape of trade. The rise of the Tehuantepec Corridor has the potential to shift the balance of global commerce. While the Panama Canal has long been the dominant route, Mexico's new corridor could divert a significant portion of trade. For North America, the corridor offers major advantages: shorter distances, faster transit times, and lower shipping costs, particularly for industries like manufacturing, agriculture, and energy. However, for Asian nations, the shift could pose challenges. If more cargo bypasses the Panama Canal, shipping routes from Asia to the U.S. East Coast could become less direct and more expensive. Beyond the immediate stakeholders, these shifting trade patterns could lead to a broader realignment of global supply chains, affecting industries, economies, and even consumer prices worldwide. The interconnected nature of global trade means that changes in one region can ripple across the world, creating both new opportunities and unexpected challenges. The environmental factor, a silent stakeholder, Both the Panama Canal and the Tehuantepec Corridor come with significant environmental concerns. The Panama Canal, as already noted, relies heavily on freshwater reserves. With rainfall patterns becoming more erratic, its sustainability is a growing issue. To combat this, canal authorities are investing in water conservation and exploring alternative solutions. The Tehuantepec Corridor, while not as water-intensive, carries its own environmental risks. The construction of new rail lines and expanded port facilities could lead to deforestation and habitat loss, threatening biodiversity in the region. Both projects also contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, whether from the cargo ships navigating the canal or the trains traversing the corridor. As the world moves towards sustainable practices, the environmental footprint of these trade routes must be addressed. It is imperative that both Panama and Mexico prioritize eco-friendly solutions to mitigate the impact of these vital infrastructure projects. Beyond rivalry, a future of collaboration, often framed as competitors, could the Panama Canal and the Tehuantepec Corridor actually work together? Instead of battling for dominance, might they complement each other, creating a more efficient and integrated trade network? Rather than directly competing, each route could specialize in different types of cargo. The Panama Canal, with its ability to handle massive vessels, could continue to serve bulk shipments like oil, grain, and minerals. Meanwhile, the Tehuantepec Corridor, with its faster rail system, could focus on manufactured goods, perishable items, and time-sensitive shipments. Collaboration could also extend to areas like water management, environmental protection, and logistics. By sharing best practices and coordinating efforts, Panama and Mexico could create a trade ecosystem that benefits both nations and the global economy. The future of trade, a delicate balancing act. The Panama Canal and the Tehuantepec Corridor stand as testaments to human ingenuity. Their histories are etched into the landscapes they traverse, and their futures remain unwritten. As global trade evolves, we face a delicate balancing act. Economic growth versus environmental sustainability. Prosperity must not come at the cost of our planet. Sustainable practices, reduced emissions, and renewable energy investments must be prioritized. Competition versus cooperation. While these trade routes may vie for market share, a collaborative approach could unlock greater efficiency and connectivity. Tradition versus innovation. The Panama Canal, a 20th century marvel, faces 21st century challenges. Meanwhile, the Tehuantepec Corridor, representing a modern approach, offers a glimpse into the future of commerce, a world connected. The next chapter in global trade. The Panama Canal and the Tehuantepec Corridor, two trade routes, two nations, two distinct visions, symbolize the ever-changing nature of global commerce. They remind us of our deep-seated desire to connect, share, and prosper.